Hey, what's up, guys? Sean here. I am super excited. I got up really early this morning, got a lot of stuff done. And as you can see behind me, got the kayak loaded up, got the gear loaded in the Jeep. We're going on an adventure. Let's get it. This trip's not going to be like most of the trips. This trip is going to be sort of a multiple trip in one. We got the kayak. We're taking the kayak and we're going to go to over to Fort McCoy to Salt Springs, and we're going to paddle around out there, maybe do a little fishing, see how that goes. Then we're going to camp tonight in the Jeep, and we're going to try out that little ice chest core that I made, see if that thing really works, and see how things go from there. First, we're going to get some breakfast.
Got 2 McGriddles?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like a receipt?
Nothing.
You have a good day.
Are you too?
How you doing?
Good. All right, thank you. Bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle, baby. It's breakfast time. I'm not gonna bore you guys with another video of a bunch of driving sequences and stuff. So I'm gonna eat my McGriddle, and I'll see you guys there. All right, we made it down to Salt Springs, and we're pulling up into the marina right now. I got a little surprise if everything goes well, so hopefully I can find who I'm looking for. All right, we've got to go over here and pay our 10 bucks at the little marina right there. We got to go pay our 10 bucks, and then our buddies are out there, and the storm's starting to roll in. The last time we were here, it kicked it with a bad storm. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. All right, we got our permit. Now we go over here and get the kayak off and get in the water. I think I've already made an executive decision that I'm not going to try to fish right now, because with the wind blowing like that, I'm not going to be able to get that worm where I want it anyway. So if the weather slacks up in a little while and the wind quits blowing quite as much, then I'll probably get the fishing gear out and try it then. All right, we made it. Let's see if we can go find them. Now this is kind of a little party place down here. As a general rule, it's not very deep, so people can kind of just stand up and hang out in the water. But boy, it is cold. If I'm not mistaken, that right over there is Zach's boat. And I see Zach's tie out right there. I see Zach. Zachary! Zach! What's up? I told you I was coming. Told you I was coming. Sneak up on you. All right.
How you doing?
Good. Zach from Zach's Random Projects.
How you doing out there?
We're out here partying.
Salt Springs. Down to
Yep.
Salt Springs. Y'all need to come down. Let me turn this motherfucker on. Let me turn
Well, don't turn it over. This thing ain't. I'm always scared to get this thing wet. So I'm fixing to see if I can't get out of this kayak into this water. I don't know how graceful it'll be, but I'm gonna hand this camera over to Zach.
A little further that way, it's shallower.
I'm gonna hand this camera over to Zach and see if I can't not kill myself.
All right, I got my fingers crossed for you, buddy.
All right. Everybody ready? Quick.
Professional.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done, folks.
Now we're not gonna record me getting back into it though. Woo. Well, this is a nice place down here, boy. I'm telling you, it's a party down here. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I don't get to do a whole lot, but when I do, I really enjoy it. This is fun. This is just a great group of people to hang out with and just have a blast. Now I'm gonna do my best not to get this camera wet because I've got a lot more filming to try to do this weekend. So I'm gonna do my best not to get this thing wet because it didn't do so good last time, if you remember. But I don't have a microphone on it this time, so that should help out. But so I'm gonna go ahead and head back over here and hang out with these guys and see if I can't just have a good time. Zach, what are you doing?
We're setting up the floating grill. We're gonna cook some, I ain't got it out here. We got some steak bites we're gonna cook on here. And I'll run y'all through it.
How freaking cool was this thing? He built this floating grill so he can just sit out here in the water and float around and cook. Pretty awesome.
We'll get all this peasant food out of the way first before we start cooking the good stuff.
Looks good. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I want to show you this. Zach has a liquor dispenser on the back of the boat. You can actually just walk up there and put your cup up there and squirt whatever drink or whatever you want right out of the back of the boat. That's pretty freaking awesome. Now you got the steak on there, huh?
Yes, sir. Steak bite, all it is stew meat. I'll tell y'all the secret ingredient. All you do is you take your mixing bowl in your kitchen, put some olive oil in it, put a Lipton onion soup mix, pack it in it, throw some garlic, salt, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, mix all that up, throw the stew meat in it, mix it all up, put it in a Ziploc bag, let it marinate for a couple days, and the next day throw it on y'all's floating grill. Right, y'all, I've already flipped the meat. Now, garlic salt, every flip. Every flip you garlic salt, and every flip you also Lee and Perrins Worcestershire, or however you say it. Worcestershire, Worcestershire, I don't know, say whatever you want, just put it on the meat.
It turned out really, really good. It's delicious. No, thank you. Super windy today. I decided I'd come down here and paddle around a little bit if I can. Kind of show you a little bit of what's around here, but we'll see. It's funny. down on this end of the springs right here, or the little run, we are not on the lee side, but we're at kind of the beginning of where the wind is hitting, and so it's not nearly as bad as it is back there. It was horrible trying to paddle through that back there, but now it's kind of eased up a lot. I believe, now I'm not real familiar with this area, but I believe this run actually goes out into Lake George if you follow it all the way out there, which I'll never get out that far today. Too much wind, not enough time. I think we're gonna paddle over into this little spot right over here. Get us a little break from this wind for a minute. Beautiful spot here, Salt Springs. If you get in this area, you guys should come check this place out. Look at this little spot here, this is cool. It's beautiful. I bet you there is a big boy back in here. A big old gator, I bet, somewhere back in here. Bet you there's a big bass in here too. Really makes me want to go back and get my pole, but that's a long way to paddle to come back through that wind to try to fish this little area. I don't know, we'll see. I think we're gonna make our way back up to the car, change out the battery for this camera, and grab a drink, and then we'll head back over to where everybody else is hanging out at. There we go. Yeah, it has definitely gotten busy out here now. There's boats all over here. There's music playing all over the place, so I'll have to go ahead and cut you guys off. Well now, as much fun as that really was, it's time to get this thing packed up and loaded back up and get into the forest and try to find somewhere to camp for tonight. Unfortunately, once again, the heat got to my camera out there and I realized it in time, so I didn't really shoot much of the end of us hanging out there, but you guys saw what we were doing. So I really want to say thank you to my buddy Zach for being in the video, and everybody else out here that were out here having a good time, and you know, kind of helped me have a good time. And you know, I really appreciate that. These guys were awesome. It was a really good time, but now we got to get this thing packed up and move on. Well, got her all strapped down and ready to go. Just met a guy down here named Trevor. He's got a YouTube channel too called All Day Adventures. I'm gonna go check it out. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna go check it out, and I'd recommend that you guys go check it out too. He came over, talked to me about my camera and my setup. He seemed like a really nice guy, and you know, it doesn't hurt to go check out other people's channels. If you don't like it, don't subscribe. If you do like it, hit that button, help him out. Well, I committed the cardinal camping sin. Came all this way, forgot my bottle of whiskey. But guy in the store told me where I can get some. I think we can fix the problem. Well, that sky is looking about as promising as it always does when we go camping, huh? But that's okay. If it rains, we got a good dry place to stay. All right. Well, they didn't have my Evan Williams that I like, but I was able to get a bottle of Kraken, a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it'll work. It ain't gonna go to waste. Now we just got to go find us somewhere to camp for the night. Just found this little guy sitting on the side of the road. Go on, buddy, get out of the road. He gone. Tortoises are about the only animal I'm fast enough to catch on camera, huh? Got a good idea of where I want to go, but it'll depend on these roads. Everything is kind of nasty and wet, but I got the Jeep now, so I feel a little more confident about being able to find what I'm trying to find, so fingers crossed. Well, that sucks. That was one of the places that I wanted to go to right there, and unfortunately, luck of the draw, somebody's already there camping, so on to find another spot. I may go look at Hopkins Prairie and see if they've got any openings, since we are really not roughing it. We're going to be doing some car camping and just kind of chilling, and goodness gracious, knocking you all around. Since we're just kind of chilling and cooking and having a good time, so we'll go check out Hopkins Prairie, see if they've got any nice sites with picnic tables available, and if they don't, I've got another site just up in the woods that we can go to, that I'm pretty sure that we can get in there. So, but that kind of sucked. That would have been a great place to get a sunset time lapse, but if we can get at a good spot on the other side of the prairie, oh my gracious, we can get a good spot on the other side of the prairie, we'll get a good time lapse for sunset and sunrise too. So let's go see what we can find. Well, looks like I may have found us a spot. Now, Sarah and I camped here at this site one time before, and it looks like there's only 2 other campers that are set up here for tonight right now. So this might be a good spot. We're a long way from everybody else. Goodness, I got some sun today out there, didn't I? We are a long way from anybody else, and this will be a good spot right here for us to get some time lapses of the sunset and everything, I think. So I think this is what we're gonna do. But I don't really have to do this. I do have another spot I could go to, but this is a nice spot. It'll give me a good chance to get good video of the sunset and stuff like that. So I think it's worth it. Got myself all set up. We're paid. Right. Well, we're here at the site. The nice thing about this place is it does have a picnic table here. It's got the barbecue grill, and since this is just a summer camping out of the car kind of thing, I brought some charcoal, and I brought something else that's pretty cool. It's a little portable charcoal barbecue grill that you can get from Publix. We used to use them all the time when I worked for the power company, and it's really neat. It's something simple, so you'll enjoy that in a few minutes. I'll show you that. But it's summertime. We're not going to be building a campfire for heat or anything like that, so this is going to be a perfect little site for us tonight. We may end up having some rains come through. I don't know. The radar looks like they're kind of building, but it looks like it's kind of building around us. So we may not end up having any rain this evening. And if we don't, that'll be fine. If we do, it'll be fine also, because we're going to be camping inside the Jeep. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to get this cooler out of here. I'm going to get everything set up to get ready to make dinner. And then we're going to set the bed up and everything inside the Jeep and see how that's going to work. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is move this kayak a little bit forward. That way I can open that hatch up all the way. Yes, I have to have a step stool. I'm too short. Since this is our first time trying to camp out of this thing, I wanted to try to make sure I had everything that I actually have right now with me. That way, just in case, you know, I can kind of pick and choose and move things around and try to just see what works. I do eventually want to buy the air mattress that actually goes back here. But I haven't got one yet. So what I've done is I brought my hammock under quilt and my top quilt, so I can put that down as a base to lay on. And I also brought my little blow up air mattress. It's a Sleeping O, however you say it. I brought that, and then I brought my Whoopee to just kind of go over top of me if I decide I need it. I doubt I'll need it, but you know, you never know. And then as a comfort item, I brought my big cushy pillow from home because I can. So we're gonna get this bed set up and just see how it looks. All right, well, there you have it. Pretty simple little bed. So what I did was I took my air mattress and I took my USGI over quilt that I use, and it will actually snap together on the sides like a sleeping bag. So I actually just snapped that thing together, stuck my air mattress inside it, and then put my Whoopee on top. Got my pillow up there. I should be set. Fingers crossed that little air conditioner works. We should be good to go. Now, I think that I want to change clothes now and get out of this stuff that I was down in the water with. So I will not make you guys go through that. So I'll be right back. Much better. Much better. Okay, so I think it's time for me to make me a mixed drink and start getting ready to make dinner. Well, you know, out of the blue comes a little light shower, so I don't know how long this is gonna last. and I haven't put my tarp up yet. So we may go ahead and just grab this stuff that doesn't need to get wet and toss it in the back. We got room for it. So I think we better go ahead and do that because it feels like it might start to get a little heavier. There ain't no hiding the fact that it's still August. It's the end of August, and boy, it's still hot out here, even, you know, after it's rained all on and off all afternoon. And it's got a really nice breeze. When the breeze blows, it's not bad. But it's still August here. It's hot. So I'm freaking sweating just sitting here. But I'm gonna make me a mixed drink, and we're gonna get ready to make some dinner. So tonight I've got something kind of fun to make for dinner. So I've been eating what I consider adult ramen noodles, big boy ramen noodles. The Nongshim, or however you say it, ramen noodles. They're not the just little cheapy cup of noodles or whatever. They're actually really, really good. I'll show them to you here in a second. And I decided I wanted to do something a little different. So I got some boneless ribeye steak, and I'm actually going to slice that up in little pieces and put that in the ramen noodles. I know there's some of you guys probably screaming right now about putting this ribeye in the ramen noodles, but I think it's going to be good. You talk about good? That's good. Well, that's what I needed. It is so peaceful here. It's quiet. I can hear a dog off in the distance. That first campsite, they had a dog with them. But it is so peaceful and nice here. I've been needing this. I've been needing a getaway trip. Just a little adventure. Had a really good time today at Salt Springs with Zach and Casey and everybody. So I needed that too. And I'm glad I got the kayak out. I didn't do any fishing like I thought I was going to, but I did get the kayak out and paddle around some, and that was fun. So this has been an all-around adventure. I'm hoping sleeping in the Jeep goes good. Fingers crossed anyway. Alright, well, let's get started making this dinner. Here we go. So I've got it's Nongshim, I think is how you say it. This is the black, if you look at it. Now this is pretty doggone spicy. It's got bone broth in it. And if you look at the picture shows with steak in it. So I'm gonna add steak to it and see how it turns out. This steak. Okay, so I've got my grill and my cutting board here, but I don't need the grill because I've got the grill over there, so we just need the cutting board out of here. It's a tight fit. Get out of there. Ha. Got it. Alright, so we got the cutting board out of there. Now I've got my knife that Ian made me. Thing is freaking sweet, man. And it's not a butcher knife, but it is today. I don't know the best way to cut it. I think we're just going to throw some of these pieces aside, and I'll cut them or cook them as like bigger pieces. We'll set those aside, and I think I'm going to just slice these down. back in the day when I used to work for the power company, every now and then on Thursdays, we had Fridays, we worked 4/10, so we worked Monday through Thursday. But every now and then on Thursdays, we'd kind of take it easy after lunch. And a lot of times we would be out in the middle of nowhere, so somebody would bring one of these in. It's a disposable barbecue grill, and bring burgers and stuff, and we'd all kind of sit around the trucks after or at lunchtime and cook burgers and stuff like that. It was fun, you know. And so I thought it would be kind of cool to come out here and just bring one of these things out and show you how they work and show you how nice they are. They're simple. You just throw them under your seat or throw them in the back, and like I said, it's just a disposable grill. And I got it from Publix. I think it was like $4 or $5. It's not much at all. So let me show you what it is. So it's simply just this little metal container, tin container here. And it does have like a little rack that you can set it on. And so you set your little rack up and you set your charcoal or your grill on top of it. Now I'm not necessarily going to use the rack because I've got this grill base here. But once you set your little grill up, it's as simple as just getting this thing lit. There you go. So you just get it lit like that and let this thing go. And after it gets good and hot, then we'll put our food on it. Okay, now while this thing is getting burned down, I'll show you this this new Zebra Billy pot that I got. This thing is huge. It's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it's super nice. So obviously it's got the top. It's got this deep bowl in it, which that might come in handy for dinner tonight. And then you got your pot here, and I think the pot is, it says 16 centimeters, but I'd say it's shoot, 2 quart, almost maybe 3 quart pot. Hell, I don't know. Anyway, it's a big pot, much bigger than what I thought it was. So but we're gonna go ahead and get some water boiling on this thing so we can get our Nong Shim noodles going. Alright, so if you're interested in one of these Zebra pots, I'll put a link in the description below so you can go check it out. Now, I don't have any affiliate links. I don't have any, I don't make any money off of this, so if you go buy it, you go buy it on your own and just enjoy it. So like I said, it's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. I was wanting the neck size down, I think, and I'll get it. So we're going to add this to the pot. Now, it has explicit instructions on how to do it. I'm not going to do it that way. So here's what we're doing. We take these, I'm going to put it down in the pot. I'm going to put all the crummies down in there with it. Now it comes with 3 different packs. 2 of these are packs of noodles, and the other one is actually packs of dried vegetables. This just says black and a bunch of writing that I can't read. I'm assuming it says delicious and spicy. Alright, so I'm going to put all of this seasoning in there with it. This says soup base or base de soupe. So I'm going to put all this in there with it. Yeah. It's funny how some of these things can, like, it smells good right now. I haven't even cooked it yet and it smells good. I know a lot of you guys probably don't like this, and you're probably screaming at the camera that I'm going to be putting that steak in there, but I think it's going to be really good, so you're a little washed out. There we go. That's better, huh? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put water in this thing just enough to kind of almost cover my noodles. I don't like it to be watered down tasting. I like it to be kind of strong and concentrated. So that's how I'm going to do it. Alright. Think that's going to work. Now it's cool because this thing's actually got, see if I can find, I don't know, fish around in here. It's actually got dried pieces of mushroom in it. Dried pieces of mushroom and all kind of stuff in there that I can't identify, but it's delicious anyway. So as soon as those coals get burned down good, we're going to get this on the fire and get dinner done. They must have changed their formula on those things or something, because the paper and stuff burned off of it so fast the charcoal didn't light. I'm kind of disappointed in it. Used to, they worked really good. I don't know, something's different, but luckily I brought some more charcoal. I was able to add a little bit to it and get it going good, so it's still going to work. Just didn't have the desired effect. I was hoping to show you guys something really awesome and fun and cool. It just dawned on me that I forgot my dang chopsticks. So I think that I'm gonna cut me a little one off of these palm fronds and make me some chopsticks. Well, I'm hearing some rumbling off in the distance. I hope I'm not going to regret not putting that tarp up. I brought my hammock and everything with me, but I decided that if I didn't need it, there was no sense in really putting it up, and so I didn't do it, but we'll see if that's a mistake or not. I'm going to take and split this down, and then after I split it down, I'll carve them into individual chopsticks. All right, we have 2 perfectly workable chopsticks and a mess. I gotta clean up. Oh yeah. All right. That looks good. I think we can add our steak to it now. So we've got our steak. I'm gonna just drop that steak down in here. Like that. I'll stir it up. And I'll just take these other couple pieces from here and just stick them around it on the coals. That sounds good. Now let's get this thing mixed up, get the steak down in that water. All right, we're gonna, whoop, that's still hot. Get that lid back on it, lock it down, let her cook. almost dinner time. I have seen one other person come by here since I've been set up. I've seen those other people up front when I first paid and came through to find the site. I guess because it's August, the end of August, people are kind of staying away from the campsites, which I understand. It's hot, but it's nice to be out here and not have anybody messing with you. Now I know you can't hardly see it, but I'll try to zoom in. Right across over there, that's the other site that we tried to go to earlier, and there was somebody there. They left a few minutes ago, and now somebody's right back pulling up in there. It's probably better that we didn't actually take that site then if it's that busy. Alright guys, so I think dinner is done. I've already got the steaks off of the grill. Take the lid off of this. May have cooked it down a little far. I didn't get quite as much juice as I would like in it, but that's okay. Looks good. Now I may not be the smartest person in the world, but I'm smart enough to know that I'm not fixing to try to eat this straight out of that pot. So while we're letting that cool down, let's see if we can have us a little piece of the steak. Maybe a little bit overdone. A little bit, but it'll work. I didn't put any seasoning on it because I didn't bring any seasoning with me because I was going to put it all in here. And then it ended up being a little more steak than I wanted to just throw in this thing. But I'll tell you what, from just being on just over the fire by itself, it's good. Alright guys, so I have got it cooled off a little bit where I can eat it, I think. And boy, these things turned out really good. I've already taken a bite of the meat and it's super flavorful. That's kind of what I wanted. I thought that if I put the steak in there with the juices and stuff, it would kind of cook the juices down into the steak, and it really did. So let's try this thing out. Yeah, man, that's good. It's spicy though. If you don't like spicy stuff, this stuff is probably not for you. It's spicy, but I love spicy stuff. And so this is going to be a delicious dinner, I think. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sit here and eat this and just chill. I don't know if I'm going to get a sunset or not, man. It's so gray and cloudy. I may not get a sunset at all. But that's okay. I'm enjoying myself. I never even set up my hammock. I was going to set the hammock up and just have somewhere to chill, but I've just been sitting here just relaxing and enjoying myself, and it's just so peaceful and quiet here. I hate to even get up. I've just been sitting here relaxing, and I listened to my book for a little bit, and it's just kind of a reset, man. Just kind of hit that reset. I've been needing it. I've been needing it bad. Alright, well I think I'm going to sit here and eat this dinner, and then here in just a little... I'm trying to make a video. Squirrels. Here in just a little bit, we'll go ahead and climb in that Jeep. Wow. That was a freaking good dinner. So simple to do too. It was really, really good. That ramen noodles there, it's so flavorful. It's not like the cheap stuff you get. I know it's still just home, you know, small package ramen noodles, but it's good, real good. Let's see if I can show you what it really looks like here. So that's about what it really looks like here. It's starting to get dark. And I thought I'd kind of walk around a little bit, let the old food settle. And since I basically got the place to myself, I can just kind of walk around here and enjoy it. Boy, when that breeze blows, it really helps. It's still pretty warm, but I think that AC is going to work good in there. I haven't got it started yet because I plan on going to bed about 10. So in about an hour or so, I'll turn that thing on and let it start cooling it down in there. Fingers crossed it works anyway. Look at that. Now, the thing that kind of sucks, if we had been able to get that spot right over there, that's a boat ramp. I literally could have put the kayak in and paddled around on the prairie, which would have been awesome. Well, as you can see, it has gotten dark on us, and instead of getting out the lantern and stuff, I've just got my little candle burning here, and that's all I want. It's peaceful. I'm fixing to get this air conditioner fired up here in the Jeep and get it cooling that thing off and get ready for bed. I'm about ready for it, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been a good day. Alright guys, we got the AC running. I'm gonna let that thing run for a little while and cool this thing down. And it's definitely putting some cool air out there. Feels good. So we're gonna let this thing cool and chill out for a little while, and then we're gonna head to bed. Well, good morning. It kind of turned into a rough night last night. We'll get into that in a minute. But I want to show you something, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on camera good enough for you, but hopefully I can zoom in enough. If you look right out there, that black spot right there, that's a bear. Now watch that bear come across from that side and come out there to that spot. I don't know if it's drinking or eating or what, but it stopped right there. It's pretty cool. Now I wish I had my camera that had a lot of zoom on it. I don't have it with me. Pretty neat. It's killing me that I can't zoom into it. Hopefully I can zoom in the video so you can see it, but it's pretty neat. That's the first time I've had been able to get a bear on video, but it's just so far out there. Oh man, rough night, rough night. I need to go wash my face and get ready to make some coffee and some breakfast. I did end up sleeping after I finally got to sleep. I ended up oversleeping and not getting my sunrise time lapse after all. Oh well. Alright, let's go make some coffee and I'll talk to you about how it went last night. Oh, that's better already. Okay. So I guess we can start off by saying that the the AC was a fail. And that's disappointing, but all that means is we're just back to the drawing board. So I went to bed about 10 last night. And the AC was working fine. It felt great in there, honestly, to start with. It was working fine. And I kind of went right to sleep. I really was comfortable as far as laying down, and it's a little tight as far as room wise in there, but that was fine. The problem is the ice didn't hold out, and to be honest with you, that's been one of my worries from the start when I started making this thing. Is, you know, is it gonna be is it gonna hold enough ice to overcome body heat inside that little inside the little cabin right there of that Jeep? And I don't think it is. That little cooler is just too small to hold enough ice, I think. But I've got an idea that I want to try, so I may make an upgrade on that thing that may make the ice actually last longer, so we'll have to test that thing again. It was fun. I have to admit, though, at one point last night, I thought about just pulling the plug because it got miserable for a few minutes. Until I decided to set up the new hammock in the middle of the night, and that brought everything back around. I really started liking this Cafe Bustelo. It's just super simple, easy, and it's really good. Got the creamer and the sugar and everything in with it. We're gonna do something this morning we don't always do. We're actually gonna make some breakfast this morning instead of just making some like oatmeal or something. So that would be good. Actually have some real breakfast. We're not in a hurry to get out of here this morning. I kind of just want to enjoy it for a little while I'm here. Boy, I'm shaky this morning. My hands are real shaky this morning. For my sausages, I've got these little cocktail sausages. And what I did was I actually scavenged the little grate from that portable grill last night to use to cook these sausages. Okay, so the little smokies are almost done. So we're gonna go ahead and get this pancake batter mixed up and ready to go, and then we'll get this pan heated up. Well, it turns out that last shot of water might have been a little bit too much, but it'll still work. They'll just be a little thin. Nothing wrong with that. I believe the little smokies can come off now. Alright, so while that pan's heating up enough to make a pancake, I'm gonna try one of these little smokies. Man, those are good. That's just good camp food there. It tastes like camping to me. Alright, so I think the pan's good and hot now. What I did was cut a corner off of the pancake mix, and we're just gonna pour that thing down on here like that, and we'll let it cook, see how it does. Alright, so the first pancake out didn't look the best, but it'll eat. So I got some of this Blackberry Patch pure cane syrup. I love cane syrup. I'm not a huge fan of maple syrup. So, put a little of this cane syrup on here. And I made a drastic mistake. Another drastic mistake. I forgot my butter. Oh well. And I don't have a fork. I'm having to eat my pancake with a spoon. But that's okay. Yeah, that's good. You know, I really like pancakes. I don't eat them a whole lot, though. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish eating my breakfast and start getting this place packed up. So, it's been a nice trip. Wow, so I just met some folks who were just driving through here, and if you watch this video, I really appreciate the conversation, but these folks were just really down to earth, and they were actually driving through here to say goodbye to the forest because they're moving down to the Keys. And you know, that's something that a lot of people don't get. I mean, it seems kind of silly to some people, but man, this place, the forest out here, being out here by yourself, or being out here and just enjoying the peace and the solitude and the quiet, it's hard to believe, and you could just see it on their face that they're really going to miss this place. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you get a chance to come back. I think we're just about all packed up and ready to get out of here. So all we can do is get back on the road. Alright guys, well, we're out of there. So I had a really good time camping this weekend. I know the car camping DIY AC thing didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. Any day in the woods for me is a good day, and I hope you guys get out there and do something too. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Like I always say, I'll see you next time.